Hello and welcome to another video by Johnny. Chào mừng các bạn một video khác của Johnny nha. So here I and one of the students will practice speaking for today, and today it's Monday, the 1st of February 2021. So Miss Tu, it's about band score 5 in speaking, but she will try her best to practice better, and here we are working on the same material, and I must thank these people. You know, I got this material online for free. I mean, it's shared for free anyway. So I'll be speaking occasionally in Vietnamese because she's Vietnamese, of course, so I have to explain to her. Okay, so now Miss Tu, are you ready to practice?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so
yes.
Let's do part 1. Let's talk about home and accommodation now, but I'm sure you are quite used to that. So, what kind of housing or accommodation do you live in, Miss Tu?
Now I'm living in the house in the Dalat City.
Oh, you live in Dalat?
And yes, now I'm living in Dalat City, and I have a house with 2 floors and with a beautiful garden.
Oh, that's excellent. Right, so who do you live with then?
I live with my parents and a little sister, but now she has lived in Ho Chi Minh City to study.
She came to Ho Chi Minh City already to
yes, she
study.
came to study at the university.
Oh, I see. So as I understand it, you were born in Dalat and you have been living there for quite some time. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so can you tell me what is the difference between where you're living now and where you have lived in the past? Okay, this is not a good question because you still live there anyway. So let's move on. So do you plan to live there for a long time?
Actually, in the future I hope I could live in a foreign country because I have a plan to study abroad, and in Dalat is the beautiful place to relax.
Dalat is a beautiful place, and Dalat is a beautiful place too.
Is a beautiful place to relax, and just for summer.
Just for relaxation? Is that what you meant?
Relaxation, yes.
Yes, just for relaxation. Yes. But is it good for education, don't you think? Is Dalat a good place for education?
I think that generally in Vietnam, the education
system.
Education we now develop more than the past, but also it's heavy.
It's really strict, and the program is quite painful.
Heavy.
It's quite heavy. Yeah, if you say painful,
yes.
Heavy. Yeah. The program is actually really intensive, if you put it that way. Intensive. So it's like people have to study a lot. It's intensive, you know.
Yes, I know.
Right, so which room does your family spend most of the time in?
Actually, in my house, I don't have my own room. I use my sister room. Yes.
Third room, right? You use your sister's room. Right?
Sister's room, and I use the kiểu nhà chung, cái phòng chung mọi người thuê
It's a
vào.
common room. The common room.
Common room.
The common room, phòng chung. The common room is a
Yes.
place that everyone in your house will spend time in there together. It's a common room.
Yeah. It's a common room. To study and play game.
Play games together. It's a good activity, don't you think? Of course.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about transport facilities now. So, are the transport facilities to your home very good? How about like, can you book Grab or Grab bike or Grab car, something here to your house very easily?
But yes, it's easily because I live in the center of city, so the street is really smooth, and the area of Dalat is really small. Like a district in Ho Chi Minh City.
So there is. Cái chữ có là chữ there is. Okay. And they are just like
They are
a few
just
districts.
like
There are just a few districts, not like not as many as Ho Chi Minh City, right?
yes.
Okay, right. So let's talk about study, shall we? Now, so describe your education. Can you describe your education?
Now I graduated university and
from the University of
from the University of Yitan. Sorry.
Yitan University, right?
Yeah, Yitan University.
Right. Okay. Just be careful with the stress on each word. University. University.
University.
The
University.
Okay, very good. So, what is your area of specialization? Area of specialization means like, what are you specialized in? Chuyên ngành của em là gì? Yes. My specialization.
My specialization.
Yes.
Yes, my specialization is about pharmacies.
Oh, pharmacy. I'm also a pharmacist. Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. Sorry, I didn't know that.
Now you know.
Now I know.
Okay, actually, I graduated from 2013, so it's like 8 years ago.
Yeah, that is the beginning of.
Sorry.
Oh, that's the beginning of my study in university.
All right. So you study pharmacy, I see. Why did you choose to study pharmacy, Miss Tu?
Firstly, my mother wants me to have a better life and have a good job. Yes.
That earns better.
Yes, also because now our parents in Vietnam really care about money, and the child will have like status in social status. Yes.
A better and stable job. Công việc tốt hơn và ổn định hơn. Better and more stable job. You can just say more stable job. Right. But, well, the fact that a lot of pharmacists quit their job and do some other things might give you an idea of something. That's a fact. Có một sự thật hiện.
That's the fact. Yes, because my friends also did another job after graduating. Yeah,
after
like proper graduation. Yes.
Okay,
like sales.
You know, as a pharmacist, you still work for other people anyway. You are just an employee. You're just an employee.
Yes.
But if you would like to be richer, you have to open a business. That's the thing. It's like there's no other way. There's no other way. If you want to be richer, you have to open a business.
Oh yes, I want this too.
Oh.
Yeah, like the cosmetic. About the cosmetic 5 area.
You mean cosmetics?
Yes, cosmetic.
Cái ngành đó là ngành thẩm mỹ, cosmetics. You can say cosmetic. Yeah, cosmetic is basically mỹ phẩm, thẩm mỹ. Mỹ phẩm. Cosmetics means like all the things related to drugs or creams or things that make people be more beautiful. But if you talk about the field that actually operate or to do operations on people's face, it's called aesthetic, I think. No, plastic surgery. It's called plastic surgery. Giải phẫu thẩm mỹ. Plastic surgery. It's a major, or it's a thing that basically people operate on the face and the body to make them look better. You know, plastic surgery.
Yes.
Okay, so basically it's for aesthetic. Alright, so do you actually like your major? Your major means what you study. Do you like your major?
I don't think I love this major, but it's also helped me to produce cosmetic products. Yeah.
Cosmetic products. Cosmetic products. Cosmetic products. So it's quite interesting, but there are also parts that you won't like it. There are also many things that you won't like. Cũng có nhiều cái không thích đâu. Well, okay. So what kind of school? What kind of school did you go to as a child? Khi còn bé em đến cái kiểu trường như thế nào? Like for example, private school or public school or any kind of special school. Yeah.
You know, in Vietnam is at the first primary school. Primary school always have the public secondary school is the primary school. I studied the public school, but after that I have the exam to move on the secondary school.
To move to
secondary school. Move to
secondary schools.
It's like private and also public.
It's in the middle. So it's a mix between a private and a public school system.
Yes, that's right.
That's right. Okay, that's right. Okay. So how about university? Is your university a public or a private school?
About the university is private school.
Of course, Newton School is private, I think.
Yeah.
I hope that you did not have to pay so much for the tuition fee, you know. Because private school is actually quite expensive, you know. Of course, you know.
Yes, I know.
All right. So let's talk about favorite subject. So, what was your favorite subject as a child, Mr.?
As a child, it's quite funny is that I love English, but after that, because about the system, educational system, it make me feel boring.
Feel bored.
And I
It makes me
bored.
feel bored.
Too bored. And I don't like. I didn't like it anymore, and now I have to learn it again.
So let me make it clear. Why we use bored and when do we use boring? Cẩn thận mấy cái tính từ mà nó có cái gốc ghét từ động từ như thế này. Well, basically, we have these kind of adjective that has ed at the end or ing at the end. But how do we use them? Làm thế nào mình sử dụng nó? Well, basically, cái tính từ mà cái đuôi ing á, nó là tính từ chủ động và nó sẽ nêu ra cái bản chất của sự vật sự việc. Basically, the adjective that has ing at the end, ing, it's a kind of active adjective, and it describes the nature of things and events and things like that. Like for example, you say the story is boring.
Yeah.
But the adjective that has ed, it's a passive kind of adjective, and it describes the status, the state, the current state of something. Like for example, if someone say, I am so bored, it means that he or she is feeling really bored. That is his or her status or state. So be careful with the ed and ing kind of adjective, okay? Đó, cái tính từ mà nó đuôi ed là tính từ tính từ bị động. Nó miêu tả cái gọi là cái cảm giác hoặc là cái trạng thái của sự vật sự việc, thường là con người. Còn cái tính từ đuôi ing là nó miêu tả cái bản chất của sự vật sự việc và nó tính từ chủ động. So basically, let me give you an example so you understand it. The story is really boring because it made me bored. It made me feel bored. You see? So the story is boring, but it made me feel bored. So interesting, interested, exciting, excited, same thing. You have it's follow the same pattern, you know. Mấy cái tính từ khác cũng tuân theo quy luật tương tự. Alright, let's try again. So what was your favorite subject as a child?
The funny thing that I was interested in English. But after that, because of the system of the education system,
it made you feel really bored, right?
Made me feel bored.
And your passion, your fire, cái ngọn lửa trong em, your passion, cái đam mê, the fire in you just basically diminish. The fire in you just disappears, right? Or diminish, right? Diminishes. Or they just say it disappears. Alright. So that's why I do not. So that's why English is no longer my favorite subject, right?
Yes.
That's why English is no longer. Không còn là cái gì đó. No longer. It's no longer my favorite subject. Okay, but what about other subjects then? Which one is your favorite?
Chemistry is about chemistry.
It's chemistry.
Chemistry, yes. Because it have some experience in the library.
Because there are experiments
I could do in library.
Lab, and it's very fun, right?
Yes, it is really fun.
Okay, so there's some other thing that I need to tell you between fun and funny. Okay, so fun is when you want to describe something in a positive way. But funny
In the past.
means like a bit negative, you know. So it's a bit sarcastic. Nó mang tính mỉa mai á. It's a bit sarcastic. Right. So when you say, okay, oh my god, that's so fun. Ôi trời, cái đó vui dữ vậy. But when you use funny, you have to be careful. Oh my god, he's so funny. Trời, cái anh này buồn cười quá nhỉ. You know, it means like you're trying to mock people, đang tìm cách giống như là to be sarcastic, you know, mang tính mỉa mai hơn. So you need to be careful with these two words, okay?
Yes.
Fun và funny nha. Funny mang tính mỉa mai, buồn cười quá. Fun là vui quá, thật sự là mang nghĩa tích cực. Alright, so so you said you like chemistry. How about history? Do you like history?
I love history because I read a lot of history book. But in the past I feel bored.
Sorry?
I feel bored. But in the past I feel bored because it's many number to remember and also have learned by heart.
There is many things.
Yeah.
There are many things to remember.
There are
many things to remember.
There are so many things to remember, such as
Just the formula, right? Just the formula.
The formula.
The formula. Okay. So and of course you have to remember the periodic table. Bảng tuần hoàn. The periodic table. It's something that you need to really just remember a lot. Just remember it. Okay, so let's talk about the next question. Do you think your country has an effective education system? Bạn có nghĩ đất nước bạn có một hệ thống giáo dục hiệu quả không? So basically we have the word effective and efficient. We need to be very careful with these words, okay?
Yes.
Effective. It's a yes or no kind of property. You are either effective or not effective. But efficient is calculated in percentage. It means that something can be, let's say, 80% efficient, 60% efficient, 100% efficient.
Yes.
Cái chữ effective đó, nó là hiệu quả hay không hiệu quả thôi, nó chỉ có tính là yes hay no thôi. Còn cái chữ efficient là hiệu suất, bao nhiêu phần trăm, tính đến phần trăm nha.
Yes.
Ví dụ như cái xe này có hiệu suất lớn hơn xe kia. Like for example, this car is more efficient than the other car. But when we talk about effective, it's either effective or not effective. Yes or no. There's nothing in between, không có gì ở giữa nha. When you use effective. Alright.
Yes.
So do you think your country has an effective education system?
No, I don't think the education system education system in my country is effective.
It's effective enough, but why would you say so? You have to explain or give reasons or give examples. Yeah.
For example, when we learn math, we
mathematics. When you learn mathematics.
Mathematics.
Yes.
We just find a way we just find a way to solve the problem. That is our teachers taught before. But we never have the creative.
We never have the chance to use or develop our creativity. We never have a chance to use or develop our creativity. Can you say that?
Yes. We never have a chance to use our chance.
A chance to use
A chance
or develop our
to use
creativity.
Our creativity.
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 Yes. And what do you feel about it? How do you feel about that?
I feel that those knowledge is not useful in real life.
Of course, it's not.
Reality.
It's not useful in reality.
In reality.
Or in real life. You can say in real life too. Okay, so are you looking forward to working? Looking forward to plus verb ing. So to look forward to plus a gerund, a verbing, or a v-ing. To look forward to something means like you really you can't wait for it. It's like you want to see how it looks like, how it feels like. Mong đợi, mong chờ đến cái chuyện làm việc. Em có mong đợi, mong chờ đến lúc làm việc không? Are you looking forward to working?
Yes, absolutely.
But you know, they say that student time is the most beautiful time of your life.
Yeah,
but working time is not that good, you know.
in my child, I inherited from parents. Inherited. Yes, I inherited about what could I say? I'm possessed about money and being rich. Yes.
Can you say that again?
And
I can't understand that. Can you say that again? So, are you looking forward to working, please?
Working. Of course, because in the childhood I possessed. In my child.
Yes.
In my child, I possessed. Ám ảnh đó thầy.
I was obsessed with. I was obsessed.
Obsessed. Oh yes.
Obsessed with something means like em cuồng đi đó. But ám ảnh me. Let me search for the words. Well, I think the right word doesn't come to my mind now, so I think you can say I didn't have a good memory about something. Tôi không có một cái ký ức tốt lắm về cái gì đó. I didn't have a good memory about something. You can try that.
Of course, because in my childhood, I didn't have a good memory about not having money to buy something such as toys or.
So it means that you're really eager to start earning, to start making money, right?
Yes.
So you're really eager. You just have an urge. So you are eager to. Eager is an adjective. Eager to start working. To start working and earning. Rất là mong chờ lắm luôn. Eager to start working and earning. Alright, so let's go to. I think we can go to topic number 3, work. But since you haven't worked, you have not been working yet, right? Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Không phải nói là no nha.
Oh, yeah.
You have to say
No,
no
you're
because
right.
the logic in English is different from Asian logic. It's like, no, I did not.
No,
Không
I
phải
did
là
not.
yes, you are right. It's not like yes, you are right. But you have to say no instead of yes. Be careful with this one. It's different in logic between an English speaker and someone from Asian country speaking English. Okay, try again. So you haven't worked yet, right? Am I right?
No, I didn't.
No, I haven't worked yet.
No, I haven't worked yet.
Okay, so we can skip number 3. We can actually skip number 3. Okay, let's go to number 4 about trees. I know a lot of topics is weird, but they literally ask about everything. Họ thật sự là họ hỏi về tất cả mọi thứ. Okay, let's talk about trees now. So, have you planted trees before?
In the past, I planted trees.
I planted
I don't know
trees.
how to. I planted trees, like the flowers. Actually, it's the flower.
Yes.
I don't know.
You don't know
I
the
don't know
name.
how to
You don't know the name
expand.
of the flowers, right? You don't know the name of the flowers, right?
Yeah.
Let's just tell me the name in Vietnamese. Maybe I know in English.
I like.
Okay, Hoa Lan is orchid. Orchid. Okay. Let's just take a break for a moment, shall we? Okay. Let's get back to it, shall we? Now, so we talk about orchid. Orchid. Can you say that?
Orchid.
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 So you planted orchids, which is a really difficult plant to grow, you know.
I learned that from my father. And it's hard to make
keep
it
them
alive.
It's hard
Keep
to
keep it alive. Yes, it's hard to keep it alive. It's easy to die. And
exactly. So tell me, where did you plant trees? Is it like on your top floor, on your balcony, or in your room, or any special place in your house or something like that?
Yep. Like I told you before about that, I have a garden, so I plant that in my garden. I planted that in my garden.
Okay, so do you keep plants indoor? Indoor, I mean you inside your house, inside of your house.
Yeah. If my orchid have flower,
so when your orchids have flowers, yes. So when your orchids have flowers, what do you do?
I keep it in my house for.
So you bring the orchid into your house when they have flowers.
Yes.
I see. So, do you think places with trees attract more visitors than places with few trees? Bạn có nghĩ những nơi có nhiều cây nó hấp dẫn những người khách viếng thăm hơn là những nơi ít cây không?
I really agree with this because I love tree and the place with the greens almost bring people to
will mostly bring people. Phần đông là sẽ đem người đến. Will mostly phải almost nha. Almost là cộng với lại tính từ vậy. almost plus adjective. But here you want to use a verb, you should use mostly. Will mostly attract more visitors. Will mostly attract more visitors. Right. Okay. So let's go on to part 2, shall we? Are you ready for part 2? Part 2, you can go to page trang bao nhiêu nhỉ? Page 9 out of 36. Trang 9 trên 36. Part 2, chủ đề số 1. Topic number 1. So basically there is part 3 in here as well on this topic number 1. Cái chủ đề này nó có part 2, part 3 luôn. So you see it?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. Number 1. Describe a toy you liked in your childhood. In your childhood. Miêu tả một cái đồ chơi mà bạn từng thích ở trong cái tuổi ấu thơ của bạn. You should say what kind of toy it is, when you received it. You received it. How you played it. And how you felt about it. Okay, so this is all in the past, okay? You need to use the past verbs. Just be careful with the verbs you use. It must be in past tense, okay? Mấy cái động từ phải để quá khứ hết. And you have part 3 questions here. So let's look at this one. How do advertisement hoặc là advertisement influence children? Quảng cáo, những cái mẫu quảng cáo nó ảnh hưởng đến trẻ nhỏ như thế nào? The next question is, should advertising aim at kids? Oh, you should not use the word kids in IELTS, you know. Kids là từ lóng, không sử dụng cho IELTS nha. Remember, kids is a slang word. You should never use kids in IELTS. You should use children.
Children.
So, once again, should advertising aim at children be prohibited? Prohibited means ban, you know, be banned. So, cái quảng cáo, những cái việc quảng cáo mà nhắm vào trẻ nhỏ có nên được bị cấm không? Tại sao? So basically, they talk about like how it influenced children in a bad way, you know, like how children cannot differentiate between the truth or lies. Nhiều khi trẻ nhỏ nó không phát hiện được sự khác nhau giữa sự thật và những lời nói dối trên quảng cáo. So these questions are, of course, it provokes, it incites, or it basically causes you to discuss about these topics. So you need to talk a lot about those things. You can give more examples to extend your answers. Có thể thêm câu hỏi, có thể thêm câu trả lời, thêm cái ví dụ để làm kéo dài cái cách nói của mình ra. Nhưng mà những cái topic này nó toàn là những topic mà nó tranh cãi, cho nên thường là có thể nói hai mặt, mặt này, mặt kia của nó. So basically part 3 is all discussion topics. So you can talk about, okay, this point of view and another point of view or the opposite one, just to prolong your answer. Rồi, câu 3. And number 3, what's the difference between toys that children play now and those they played in the past? Có sự khác nhau nào giữa đồ chơi mà trẻ em chơi ngày nay và những cái đồ chơi mà trẻ em chơi ở trong quá khứ không? Do you think parents should buy more toys for their children or spend more time with them? Bạn nghĩ các bậc cha mẹ nên mua thêm đồ chơi cho trẻ nhỏ của họ hay dành nhiều thời gian với chúng? So basically, because we are practicing now and your level is quite low, so I think I will give you a lot more time. You have 3 minutes to think about part 2 and part 3. Hai part luôn nha. 3 phút bắt đầu.
Yes.
Alright, time's up. And please, Mr. describe a toy you liked in your childhood, please. Your 2 minutes start now. 2 phút bắt đầu.
In my childhood, I had a lot of toys.
I had a lot of toys in my childhood.
A lot. I had a lot of toys in my head. I had a toys in my childhood.
Yes.
But uh, but the most that I love is that
the most beautiful thing and the most interesting toy that I love.
the most
The most
the most beautiful
most adjective. The most interesting or the most beautiful toys
interesting
that I
toys
love.
that I loved. That is the baby doll.
The baby doll.
Barbie doll.
Barbie doll.
Barbie doll. Barbie doll. When I was 5, my mother gave me a adorable doll called Baby Barbie, and it was famous in at that place, at that period, and it was so surprised me because
it surprised me.
It surprised me in my birthday. She has acquired.
It surprised me a lot on my birthday.
On my birthday, she has white skin and blonde hair. Also have a beautiful body. It's made from plastic.
Okay.
Yeah. I was make up and dress for her, like a beautiful and beautiful dress, and
okay.
Dress.
How you felt about it?
Yeah.
Tập trung. How you felt about it?
It had a funny that it had a fun that I stole the makeup of my mother for her, and I played with my sister, and that's so fun. And also happy. I will.
Okay, it's a bit too long. It's like more than 3 minutes already. Okay, can you say that again, please? Nói lại lần nữa đi. Please describe a toy that you liked in your childhood. Please say it once again. 2 phút bắt đầu lại. One more, please. 2 more minutes.
In my childhood, I had a lot of toys, and the most beautiful thing that is the baby doll that I received at 5 years old. That is the event. That is my birthday, and my mother bought a gorgeous doll, and she has a white skin, blonde hair, and plastic.
Made of plastic, and it's made of plastic. Tập trung vào 4 điểm này. Just concentrate on these 4 points, please.
Yes, and at the first time, I feel so surprised and also happy because at that time many fellows don't have this Barbies, and they wanted to play with me, but I would like to share it with my little sister and play with her. It's like the bond relative.
Focus.
Now I still still preserve that this store, this baby Barbie, this Barbie, I love her a lot.
Okay, good, very good. Không nên nói quá nhiều you know. Em không có thời gian đâu. You don't have enough time to just beat around the bush. You don't have enough time. Just get to the point. Get to the point. Đi thẳng vào vấn đề. Alright, let's try part 3 here. So Miss Tu, what do you think? How do advertisement influence children? What do you think? Let's think about children these days. How they look at the TV shows and advertisement, and they ask their parents to buy it for them. And then if they were refused, they would cry so much, and the parent will eventually give in and buy the things for their children, you know?
Yeah, it has two aspects. It has two aspects. It has two sides, the bright and the dark.
There are two sides to the story.
There are
two sides.
There are two sides. Stories about the dark and the bright. The dark aspect, that is, children will ask parents to buy for them, and if parents don't buy, they would like to cry and also line on the supermarket to ask their parents to have to buy that those toys for them. And the bright is that children have I don't know if that is true or not. It could be enhance their intuition. It could enhance their intuition or the development. I don't know that about the technology. I guess.
Okay. Alright. So, should advertising aimed at children be prohibited? What do you think?
It depends. It depends on what is the advertisement about.
What the advertisement is about.
What is about what is environmental.
What? Tại vì nó không phải câu hỏi. This is not a question. It depends on what the advertisement is about. Nó tùy vào cái quảng cáo đó là về cái gì nữa. Okay.
Is about. Yes.
Okay. Now next, please continue. Don't stop. Đừng dừng lại.
It depends on what these advertisements are about. It could be about technology, but is also about a toy.
Like for example, sometimes the advertising companies, they advertise drinks, like drinks for children,
milk,
like energy drink
milk.
For children, nước tăng lực cho trẻ nhỏ đó. Energy drink for children. The energy drinks are actually not good for your body, especially for growing children. It's not good for them. So, do you think that this advertising aimed at children like that should be banned? Or think about advertising of, these days, vape, it's the thing that cigarettes, like e-cigarettes, electronic cigarettes, vape.
Yes, I know.
There's a lot of vapes advertising online right now for children, and it's everywhere now.
Oh, now I know.
Now
I
you know.
just
Now you
immediately
know.
Yes.
Now you know. So, okay. So, what do you think? Should advertising aimed at children like that be prohibited?
Yes, it must be prohibited, and also the government should concern about this issues. This could be make the young generation. It could make the young generation be worse and could not anymore to improve the contribute to that country.
Yes.
To the country.
Okay. All right. So tell me, what is the difference between the toys that children play now and those toys that they play in the past? So you should think about like the development and the availability, like how toys are available. Is there more toys these days? Or do people have more money these days to buy toys, to purchase toys? And people, how can I say, in the past, do they have to make their own toys because they do not have enough money?
Yes.
Think about like their how can I say, creativity, tính sáng tạo của họ nữa. They can make their own toys, or they just have to go and buy it. And how about children these days? Can they create their own toys, or they just have to ask money to buy it? Okay, Miss Tu, please. What's the difference between the toys children play now and those they play in the past?
In the past, in my own experience, that is children my generation will play in the gardens and also create their own toys to play, like about made from good like creature about the statues.
About the what?
Cái tượng.
About a statue. Monument. Yeah, statue, monument. Yes.
Monument. Statue, monument, and can use the color to paint in that statue. But nowadays, I think that the cut of the advanced technology is almost increased. Advanced technology is appear.
So when advanced technology develops itself, when the advanced technology develops these days, there are more and more toys, I think.
Toys. Yes, there are more and more toys, like the monitor, plan, the distant car toys, and children nowadays use a lot of technology, like iPad, also the mobile phone to play on that, because now esport also popularity.
Esport is also popular.
Yes, also popular. Esport also popular.
Yeah, and esport. Yeah. Esport is also very popular, and
and children not use their body a lot, and they have a pressure.
Children do not use their body. You mean they do? Children are not physically active. You mean?
Yes, physically active.
Physically active.
Physically
Children are not physically active these days compared to the past,
these
right?
days compared to the past. Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, and they become more. And now the children have now the increase autism.
You mean
Autism.
there's an increase, danh từ increase. There's an increase of autism.
Increase autism in the children a lot.
Okay, you mean it's an actual disease? I mean, is it actually a condition, or is it just like a psychological condition? Nó là một cái tình trạng về tâm lý, hay là nó là một cái bệnh luôn? You mean is it a disease or a condition only? Is it a real autism, or just like because they are inside their home too long, so that's why they cannot develop their social skills? Is that what you mean?
I think it's both. Yes.
Could be both, right? Could be both. Right. It could be both, yeah. I think. So, do you think parents should buy more toys for their children or spend more time with them?
In the past place, I think that parents would spend more time with them, because in the modern life, parents work a lot, and maybe in the family, both mother and father have to go to work, and children have to play alone. They stay at home for a long time and not have communication with their parents.
Proper communication, không có được sự giao tiếp bình thường. They don't have proper là bình thường nè, hoặc là đàng hoàng nè. Proper communication. They don't have proper communication. Isn't it?
Yes.
Right. So that could be one of the big reasons for autism. So you mean that parents should spend more time with the children?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So what do you think about parents buying more toys for their children? Is it a healthy thing to do? Nó có phải là một cái điều lành mạnh để làm không?
It could be. It depends on what is the toy of
what the toy is about.
Category of the toys about. Yes.
What the toy is about.
What the toy is about. It is what the toy is about. Like Lego. You know, the Lego.
Like
the Lego will
help the child to develop.
For example, develop their creativity.
And
build
also
up
other kind of intelligence. Và nó phát triển những cái loại trí thông minh khác. And other kinds of intelligence. Like for example, it can help them to develop their spatial intelligence. Nó là trí thông minh về không gian. Spatial intelligence means belong to the space. You know, they can see things and imagine things in 3D. And they also help them to develop logical intelligence too. And sometimes, well, I think that's it. Spatial and logical intelligence. But for sure, they need to communicate more to have, you know, interpersonal intelligence, right?
Yes.
Giữa người này người kia, interpersonal intelligence, trí thông minh mà. And then of course emotional intelligence, trí thông minh cảm xúc nữa. Right, so do you know that actually if parents spend more time with the children, they are much more likely to succeed in school, or they have a higher chance of success in the future?
Yes, I think so. And also it's reduced
because they develop better, yes. Okay. Right, I think that's it. We should move on to next topic now. Number 2, describe a time when it is important to tell your friend a truth. Miêu tả một thời điểm khi mà nó quan trọng để mà nói cho bạn bè các bạn một cái sự thật nào đó. When it's important to tell your friend a truth. Một cái sự thật nào đó. You should say when it was, nói lúc nào. Who your friend is, bạn của bạn là ai. What the truth was, cái sự thật đó là về cái gì. And explain why you think it was important to tell your friend the truth. Lại giải thích lý do tại sao là nó là rất là quan trọng để phải nói cho bạn mình cái sự thật đó. You know, Miss Tu, you should concentrate on these 4 hints, okay? Tập trung vào 4 cái điểm này, đừng có đi lan man. Because you have only 2 minutes maximum. Có 2 phút mà. And then also part 3, you have question like this. Number 1, do you think telling truth is important? Bạn có nghĩ là nói sự thật là một điều quan trọng không? And you should also like talk about what about lying? Vậy thì nói dối thì sao? Is it harmful? Nên nói thêm là nó có hại hay không? Hay là ví dụ chẳng hạn. Give examples more. And number 2, do you think we should tell the truth at all times? Có phải tất cả mọi thời điểm đều nên nói sự thật hay không? You can think about like in a hospital, you know, when people are about to die, should the doctor say, you will die soon? Should the doctor say that? Of course, they should never say that. So, or you can just give an example. When the truth hurts, khi mà sự thật nó đau đớn, when the truth hurts, of course, people would never want to hear things that hurt them. So not all the time we can tell the truth, and you should give examples. Cho ví dụ chẳng hạn. Like for example, you can give, for example, if some of your friends fail the exam, of course it hurts them. And you should never ask them. So, like for example, you should never force them to tell their grades. Không bao giờ nên mà bắt buộc bạn bè mình nói điểm. To tell their grades, because they may lie to you. Because they don't want to tell the truth that they failed, you know. Or you can talk about like when in relationship, of course, a lot of the time people don't tell truth. Trong mối quan hệ nhiều lúc họ đâu nói sự thật đâu. Because sometimes truth hurts, you know. Or okay, let's move on to number 3. How do you know when others are telling lies? Làm thế nào bạn biết được khi những người khác đang nói dối? Like you can talk about say trust in your instinct or something like that. Hãy tin tưởng vào cái trực giác của mình or something like that. Trust your instinct or your gut feeling, cảm giác của mình ở trong bụng cảm thấy như thế nào, gut feeling. Or you can talk about body gestures, cái cử chỉ cơ thể. Is it different? How is it different? Number 4, do you think it's more important to win a game or follow the rules in sport? Câu này khó, this is a difficult question. Bạn có nghĩ là để thắng một cái cuộc thi, thắng một cái trò chơi nó quan trọng, hay là tuân thủ luật của cái trò chơi đó, của thể thao là quan trọng? So it means that some people they cheat, you know, or cheat.
Yes.
Some people they cheat just to win the game, and of course that is very bad. But it also depends on what you think is important. Is winning a game that important for you? that you have to cheat? Liệu cái chuyện thắng giải, thắng một trò chơi nó có quan trọng đến mức mà phải cheat không? Is winning a game that important for you that you have to cheat? Or something like that. But you can talk about follow the rules in sport. If you follow rules, it means you respect the other players. Mình tôn trọng những người chơi khác. And of course, you respect the audience. Mình tôn trọng những khán giả. And you respect ban tổ chức nữa. You respect the organizer of that sport. But you can talk about other things if you want. Okay, có thể em nói về những cái khác tùy em à. Okay, you have 3 minutes to think about all these two parts. I'm being very generous now because in a real exam, you are only given 1 minute. Okay, let's do this one now. 3 minutes.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm ready.
let's start now. You ready? Okay. Describe a time when it's important to tell your friend a truth, please, Miss Tu. Your 2 minutes start now.
I have a best friend. She and we got a friend in over 10 years, and
We have
the
been
time
friends
I
for
have
over
to
10
tell
years.
she
So we have been
we have
friends for
friends.
over 10 years. We have been friends
Yes,
for
we
over
have
10
been
years.
friends for over 10 years. We have been friends over 10 years, and the time I had to tell her the truth that maybe that hurt her a lot.
Okay.
It was 5 years ago.
Okay.
It is about her relationship with her boyfriend.
And he cheated on her.
I saw her boyfriend cheating her because her boyfriend hang out with another girl, not
Hung
one
out.
girl, but
Hang
hung out.
So her boyfriend
Yes.
her boyfriend hung out with another
Her
girl.
boyfriend hung out with another girl. Girls, not girls. He hung out. Yes, he's hung out a lot of girls. Many. He just 1 month will be another girl. And many friends of her didn't want to tell her the truth because they thought that will be hurt, and at that time she thought his love is what the true love. And I decided I went to decide to talk to her that he was cheating her, and she did not.
She cheated on her, and he cheated on her, and
I
no, right.
thought she deserved a true love, not
So you say
a
you thought that
bad
she deserved
boy.
the truth, right? She said so. You said that
Yeah.
she deserved the truth, to know the truth.
To know the truth.
Okay, it's much better now. Okay, enough, please. Đủ rồi, không có quá nhiều. You exceed like 45 seconds actually. Lố 45 giây rồi đó. Alright, so
Yes.
okay, so slowly you will learn how to fit into this time frame. But for now, it's good enough. Now let's do part 3. So Miss Du, do you think telling truth is important, and why?
I think the truth will make a solid relationship.
Okay, so you think the truth will make the relationship solid and will make the relationship
yes.
solid, right?
Solid, yes, and more trustful.
Yes.
People believe on the other, and if we lie, when we lie, that would not be what could I say? People would never believe in you in
Someone
the
others would
is
never believe in them again, right?
would believe in their in yes.
Would
If
never believe in
someone
them.
lied,
Yes.
we never the other will never believe
In
on
them.
them again.
Okay, we never believe in them again. I see. Right. So that is the reason why I think telling truth is so important. Có kết lại câu như vậy. You need to conclude with that one
Yes.
sentence. So that is the reason why I think telling the truth is
Yes.
absolutely important.
So that is why telling the truth is important.
That is the reason why I think telling truth
That
is
is the reason.
absolutely important. Yeah.
So that is the reason why telling the truth is absolutely important.
Âm phờ nè, cái âm thè lưỡi nè. Truth.
Truth.
Okay, so Mr.
Truth.
Do you think we should tell the truth at all times? Is there any exception? Có ngoại lệ gì không? Is there any exception?
Yes, absolutely. When in the hospital, the doctor shouldn't told the patient when they have cancer and they will pass on 3 months later, something like that, and the doctor should tell for their relative, like parents or sibling,
Okay.
or their coaches, or their husband or wife.
Or their husband or wives. Okay, so but there should be cases when people should not tell the truth, isn't it? Like think about, I told you already.
Yeah.
Think about, okay, you do say it, please, Mr. Please.
Yeah, the internet of my name didn't hear clearly.
You didn't hear me clearly.
Yes, because
Sorry. Okay, sometimes the net is bad. Yeah, sorry, but okay,
Yeah.
please. So when should we not tell the truth? Just say it.
it is when in the true hurt.
You know, truth.
When the true hurt,
When truth hurts.
truth hurt, when true hurt,
When truth hurts, people should not
It's
tell the truth, right?
should not.
When truth hurts, people should not
Yes, should not
talk about it.
should not tell the truth. Talk about it.
Should not
When the
talk
true
about it.
hurt.
People should not talk about it when it hurts. Yeah.
Yes, people should not tell the truth when it hurts.
Yes. Okay. Can you give examples of that, please? Nên cho ví dụ như nào.
About the relationship or like the feast. I forgot about that.
Okay.
Because I always tell the truth, so I don't know how to lie, and that makes me feel hurt when have a social in the social, because people want me to have like tân bốc.
I want to flatter you. Sometimes people want to flatter you. Let's just say sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes people
Sometimes
want to flatter.
Want to flatter.
just to gain some benefits from you. Chỉ để nó giống như là để có lợi cái gì đó về họ tân bốc để có lợi cho họ. Just to gain some benefits from you. So that's why they tell lies. And you know, human nature, we never like to hear truth anyway. We like to hear things that sounds beautiful, or things that is so sweet for our ears, right? Những thứ mà nó ngọt với lại cái lỗ tai á. Things that are so sweet for our ears. So that's why telling truth can sometimes not be a good move. Đôi khi không phải là một động thái tốt đâu. It's not a good move for a lot of the time, you know. So, Miss Tu, how do you know when others are telling lies?
Basically follow the body gesture. They could tell the lie they will look another way, direction.
To look directly in the eye, right? To look directly in others' eyes, right? Nhìn thẳng vào mắt những người khác.
Yes.
To look directly in others' eyes, nhìn thẳng vào mắt những người khác. Or not. Sometimes, but you know, sometimes, yeah, it works. They won't look directly into the eyes of others. Okay, so tell me, do you think it's more important to win a game or follow the rules in sports? Miss Tu?
I think the players should follow the rules in the sports, because if they not respect the other player or the
if they don't respect
the other player,
yes,
or audience, they should respect themselves, because that
themselves. They should respect themselves.
Should respect themselves to preserve their danh dự.
To preserve their okay, so integrity. I think integrity, danh dự. I think if I'm not mistaken. Let me check again. Sometimes I have to always check. Integrity. Chính trực, thanh liêm, toàn vẹn, tính ngay thẳng. Honor, yeah. Honor. I think honor is a better word. Okay. Let's just use the word honor. To preserve their honor. Alright? So, what else?
Yes.
What else, please?
To win a game is also important, but because in the competition between
two teams,
between another countries, they will have the rank to measure the position,
and what else?
But I think
what do you think?
But I think about win a game, it should be true. And
it should be true and just. Tính từ just. Just is basically an adjective of justice. You know?
It should be true.
Justice, the công lý.
Justice.
And just is basically an adjective. Mang tính công lý, công bằng. Fair and just. So basically people say fair and just. Nó
Fair and justice.
và có công lý.
Fair and just.
Fair and just. The game should be fair and just. I mean fair and just.
Fair and just.
Okay. Right. So
Yes. Fair and just.
okay. Good. Right. So that's what you think a game should be fair and just. And okay, winning a game is nice, but that victory should be fair and just, right?
Yes. That
Okay,
will
that's
bring
good.
more the respect from another.
That will bring more respect from others. Okay, very good. Now let's try number 3. Describe an art exhibition. Oh my god, this is hard. Chủ đề về art khó nè. Well, I think we can do number 3 later. Maybe we should not do number 3 now. Let's do number 4. Describe a time when you had a problem with using a computer. Miêu tả một cái thời điểm mà bạn đã gặp một vấn đề khi sử dụng máy vi tính. You should say when it happened, where it happened, why the computer couldn't work. Tại sao cái máy vi tính lại không vận hành được. And explain how you solved the problem at last. Miêu tả là làm thế nào mà bạn đã giải quyết cái vấn đề đó cuối cùng. Thì bạn đã giải quyết vấn đề đó được. It's in past tense also. Be careful with the verbs. Cẩn thận với cái động từ. And then you have part 3. They ask, what kinds of people use a computer more and why? Những kiểu người như thế nào sử dụng máy tính nhiều hơn? Like for example, you can talk about IT people, you know, information technology, engineering people, designers.
Yes.
Designers or students. They use computer a lot. But of course, office people, they use computer a lot too. If you work manually, you would not be likely to use computer. Nếu mà làm việc mà bằng tay chân á, thì thường sẽ không có thường sử dụng máy tính nhiều. Like if you are a doctor, a pharmacist, or a doctor or a dentist, you work with your hands a lot, and since then you do not use computer a lot, right? Or if you are just you are a say janitor in a school. You know what a janitor?
No,
a janitor is a person who take care of the cleanliness, how clean the school is. Người mà quản lý về người quản lý và quét dọn, người quét dọn trường học. It's a janitor is a person who will clean and sweep the floor of schools, so they ensure that the school is clean. Janitor. Those people, of course, they don't use computer. So that's for this first question. The second question: do people living in modern countries use the computer more than those living in developing countries? Những người sống ở đất nước hiện đại thì sử dụng máy tính nhiều hơn những người sống ở đất nước đang phát triển không? Tại sao? Do you still hear me very clearly, Miss Tu?
Yes, I hear.
Okay, good. You still hear me clearly. Good. So basically, comparing developed and developing countries, nó là cái chuyện mà nó so sánh giữa đất nước đã phát triển và đất nước đang phát triển. Thì em coi nó có cái gì, con người ở đâu sử dụng máy tính nhiều hơn, và nhưng mà có thể nói là nó còn tùy vào từng ngành nghề và trường hợp nữa. Xong mà cho ví dụ như là like you can just say that it depends also on each profession, and you can give examples, like for example, if an athlete working in a modern countries, that person would not use computer a lot. Nếu một vận động viên làm việc ở một đất nước phát triển thì đương nhiên là họ sẽ không xài máy tính nhiều rồi. Or if an office worker in say developing countries, of course they have to use computer like 12 hours a day or something. Đương nhiên một cái người mà làm công trong văn phòng ở đất nước đang phát triển, đương nhiên họ phải xài máy tính 12 tiếng một ngày chẳng hạn, something like that. Cho nên tùy trường hợp nữa đó. Okay, so you can talk about that thing, or I think you can talk about like, nó tùy vào cái thói quen của mỗi người nữa. It also depends on each person's habits, you know, habits.
Yes.
Cái habits của từng người nữa. Like whether they physically active or not, họ có năng động về thể chất hay không, whether they are physically active or not, whether they sao ta, whether they are in quarantine or not, có bị cách ly không?
Yes.
Exactly, if they are in quarantine or not. Or whether they have
now.
Yes, or whether they have to take online lessons or not. Liệu họ có phải học online hay không nữa? Và liệu họ có phải ngồi đây dạy online hay không nữa? If they have to stay and teach online or not. Okay, and next question. What are the methods? The methods to prevent children from playing video games or computer games. Có những cái phương pháp nào để phòng ngừa trẻ em chơi trò chơi điện tử? Thì nó hỏi phương pháp nào? Like they ask for methods. So what do you think, Mr. What should you mention?
About parents
Yes.
and also the toys.
Yes.
Also the toys and the physical.
No, it's about
in
computer
school.
games. Computer games. Not a normal toy, it's computer games. How do you prevent children from using computer game? I mean, playing too much computer games.
Ask them to reading more book.
No way. It will never work. You know? It will never work. Well, it will never work.
I think that we give them another activity. They will play.
Yes. What else?
I don't know how to prevent.
Okay.
Just
think about
I
if you
think
have children. Think about if you have children. How would you prevent that kid or that child from playing too much computer games? Maybe you should set a password or something. Đặt password. Maybe you should set a password, or maybe you should tell the child that if you play too much, they will receive less money. You know, will receive less allowance. Tiền cho phép hàng tuần. Allowance. Allowance is basically the amount of money that you receive, like weekly or monthly or yearly. It's like you don't work, but you receive allowance money from parents. Let's say, for example, if they play computer games too much, they will receive less allowance. I think that would be a very effective way, you know, would be a very effective way to prevent children from playing computer games. Or you can, how can I say, play with them, why not? Có thể chơi với trẻ nhỏ luôn. You can play computer games with them. Maybe you can talk better, you can communicate better with children. And maybe through playing with them, you will you can control their hours that they play computer games, maybe, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't think people should prevent, I think. Should try to limit, not prevent. Nên giới hạn chứ không có prevent, đừng cấm. Càng prevent nó càng làm.
Càng cấm càng.
The more you prevent, the more the child try to play more. You know, so I don't think people should prevent. Thật sự em nói như vậy cũng được, đâu sao đâu. Bất kỳ cái câu trả lời nào, nó đều là câu trả lời cả và đều được tính vào điểm cả. So it doesn't matter how you answer this one. I think you can answer in any possible ways. I think. Okay, so you have 2 minutes now to think about this. 2 phút bắt đầu. Oh, okay, let's just get ready now. Describe a time when you had a problem with using a computer, please, Miss Du.
Um, my uh, computer was bought 10 years ago, and now it still work. But after I finished uh, university, I didn't use that a lot. And when my friends asked me to make for her PowerPoint and
Point, you
make
mean
for her
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint,
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint, PowerPoint,
Yes.
just few months
To
ago.
make for her PowerPoint
Yes, and the
slides, right? Make a slide PowerPoint.
slides,
Slides.
PowerPoint slides for
Yes.
her. And when I opened the keyboard where I pressed and it deleted the words because I set the password to I set the password, so I couldn't go into my computer, and that's why I realized
So you
that
forgot the password, right? You
my
forgot the
computer.
password. So you forgot your password, so you could not get access to your computer. Is that what
Access
you're
to
saying?
my computer.
Không thể tiếp cận
Yes.
với máy mình tại vì quên password. Is that? I cannot get access to my
I
computer
cannot get
because I forgot
access into
my
into-
password. Okay, is that what you're trying to say? I cannot get access to my computer because I forgot my password.
my password,
Uh,
and also the keyboard is just delete the words I was pressed in. I thought that because my computer was dirty, and also
bạn mày vậy nè.
and the last thing I do that is I brought to the store to repair that, and eventually I have to replace on the keyboard all
the keys, right?
all of the keys, all the keyboard, and replace on the ISP of my computer. That's
Cái
a
keyboard
lot.
là bàn phím luôn, còn keys là từng phím.
Yeah,
Keys is each
on the keyboard.
pieces, but keyboard is
Pieces.
the whole keyboard, you know. All right.
The
So
whole
what-
keyboard.
Okay,
Yes.
so Miss Tu, what kinds of people use the computer more and why?
I think that IT engineering, designer,
IT engineers, engineering là cái ngành.
IT engineers,
And
yes.
IT engineers,
IT engineers, news designers, office people, and of course students.
yes, gamers.
Absolutely.
Gamers.
Gamers use a lot of computer. Use a lot of computer. They use during day and night.
They use computer a lot.
Yes,
They use computer a
they
lot.
use the computer a lot. They use the computer a lot.
And on the other hand, yeah,
And-
mặt khác thì sao?
And on the other hand, many people work manually. Because they work with hands a lot, so they did not use the computer.
They do not have enough time. That's not cái fact.
Have enough time to.
You are talking about fact. You use simple present, okay? Nói về sự thật hiển nhiên,
Yeah.
em dùng hiện tại đơn thôi. And
Yes.
those people who use their hands to work, they do not have enough time.
They do not have time to use the computer. Computer.
So,
Computer.
Miss Tu, do people living in modern countries use the computer more than those living in developing countries? What do you think?
I think that it depends on each habit.
You mean it depends on each individuals and their habits? Từng cá nhân và thói quen của họ.
It
depends on each individual and their habits, right?
Yes. They depend on each their job and their own habit. Like, for example, the athletes in the modern countries do not use a computer usually, and on the other hand, the office people will use the computer during 12 hours to work, and maybe more.
So one cannot tell. So you cannot không thể nào mà gọi là vơ đũa cá nắm được. So you cannot generalize. Vơ đũa cá nắm.
So generalize.
Giống như là khái quát đại chúng, giống như là coi ai cũng giống nhau, generalize things. You cannot generalize it. Không thể nào mà generalize.
You cannot generalize
it because there's no general trend, you know, because everyone is different. You cannot generalize it. Ai cũng khác nhau, không có giống theo trend đâu, cho nên không thể nào mà mình vơ đũa cả nắm như vậy được. Generalize it. Alright, so Ms. Tu, what are the methods to prevent children from playing computer games? What do you think?
I think that parents should play with them for the reason that parents will understand their children and will understand more their children, and also improve the community between parents and children.
Improve the communication
between two generations.
Okay.
And I think that the more they prevent, the more their children play more. Will play more.
That would be very bad.
That would be very bad.
Okay.
That would be contribute the bad habit on them.
Contribute to bad habit. Exactly.
Okay. Yes.
Right. Okay. Very well. I think we can just stop here. Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share this video with your friends. You can also you can share and like this video. You can also subscribe to my channel and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads. And you can also follow but don't add my Facebook. Okay, thank you. Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Các bạn có thể đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nhấn vào nút cái chuông bên cạnh đăng ký kênh á để mà được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể follow nhưng đừng có kết bạn Facebook mình. Thank you and see you. Bye bye.